All right, everybody, take your seat. If you're at home on the West Coast, get yourself a coffee. It's bright and early out there. My name is Mary Rowe. I'm the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer at the Canadian Urban Institute. Really thrilled to be here in the nation's capital on such a glorious, glorious day, with the sun coming up behind us and the Parliament building's not far and the canal right behind us, and all of you. Just a wonderful, wonderful moment for us to gather together, summon our collective energies, and talk about something really critical: the quality of our communities in this country, and our cities and our regions, and the suburban areas and rural areas that are part of those regions. I work in Toronto. I live in Toronto, but I travel around. I'm now in Ottawa for a few months, and I'm very appreciative people have come from long distances to be with us, and additionally several hundred online. But we are collectively a place. We all come from specific places, but we are collectively a place as well. And I want to acknowledge and pay respect to the Algonquin people, who are the traditional keepers of this land, the guardians of this land, and we acknowledge their long-standing relationship with this territory, which remains unceded. We pay respect to all Indigenous peoples in this region and across the country. And one of the things that we do on Zoom when we do City Talks is we invite people dialing in remotely to acknowledge their ancestral territory online. So I would encourage you to do that online so that we know where people are coming from. And for the First Nations, Inuit, Indigenous, Métis, who come from across this vast, vast territory, and specifically to those who call Ottawa home. We want to acknowledge the traditional knowledge keepers, both young and old, and we honor their courageous leadership, past, present, and future. So we're very fortunate this morning to welcome into our midst grandmother Irene Compton, who is Saulteaux, and she's from the Kisakus band in Saskatchewan. She's going to be opening our gathering with a song to invite the ancestors and to create a safe space, and I welcome you to the State of the Cities at the Crossroads. Thanks, Grandmother Irene.
Good morning, everyone. It's my honor to be here to open your gathering today, and it's traditional for us to start with our sacred medicines. So I've got a sage bundle here, and I'm just going to pull some sage off. But I'd like to put a call out to the audience, because traditionally, men are the ones that are the fire keepers, and so they have the honor of lighting my sage. So if you would like to help me with that, please step forward. Don't be shy. All you have to do is light a match. All right, here we go. Let's give him a hand. Yeah, and what's your name?
Cameron.
Cameron, beautiful Celtic name.
Indeed.
Your ancestors. We all have ancestors. They are our helpers on our earth walk. And if you connect to them every day, they will start arranging good things for you. So let's invite them into this gathering. Hey, 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 hey. yourselves a hand.
Okay, then. So we've had our lofty charge given to us in Grandmother Irene. I want to thank you on behalf of the whole group here, not just the people that are physically here, but all of our colleagues and friends and people that work in communities and cities and neighborhoods across this country, all the ones online. So thank you for setting us on this course and inviting our ancestors to be part of what's a very important journey for all of us. So on behalf of all of us, could we thank Grandmother Irene? You know, it's interesting. Today we released, can somebody hold up? We have a few sparse copies. Today we released the State of Canada's Cities Report. Greg, our Director of Research, is holding it up. And you can get that online as of 8 o'clock this morning. That's 200 pages of goodness with over 40 contributors, many of whom are in the room. There's nothing definitive about this, folks. We are trying to create this conversation for people to recognize what Canada has become, and that the unit of organization is people living in proximity to one another, in some cases large communities, in some cases smaller, but how important it is for us to pay attention to what's happening on the ground. And so that report's available to you, and we're not printing them because Annika Smith from the Windsor would kill me if we had any waste here. So it's a zero waste event. You can read it online, it'll get updated, but I just want to thank all the contributors. But similarly, we've got 40 plus people coming into panels here, but everybody in this room, I'm looking at all of you, are all experts. You all bring all sorts of expertise and experience, and we could have swapped, not that you're not important, those of you coming out the platform, but we could have swapped them out and put 40 others on. So, and it's important for us, I think, as we build this discussion, is to look around and say to yourselves, who isn't here? Because there's lots of folks that aren't here. Lots of sectors that we have not been able to recruit to join us in these conversations, and they may be having their own conversations about the future of their communities, but we need to have them here. So think about that if you can, and I know many of you have spoken to me about who's not here. Why isn't this here? Why isn't that here? It's always a challenge, but let's just remember, we're in this together. We've got to reach across every aisle we possibly can and start to stitch together those kinds of coalitions that straddle sectors and class and race and perspectives, and we're all about caring about community and the places in which we live. We look forward to the social media conversation, again, trying to spread the benefit of this conversation because it isn't just about us. So please, if you're a social media person, have at it, go crazy, raise all those issues. We need a really broad, wide tent for this conversation to go on and on and on, not just today, but as it goes forward. Last thing I want to do is just thank all the sponsors that came together on this. The School of Cities at U of T, first person that I called, Karen Chappell, said, we're in. RBC came in strongly and is helping work with us on a whole program around how we're going to think about economic inclusion and community resilience. Mark's here, you'll hear from him at lunchtime. And then many, many, many partners, including all the folks that work on the ground in neighborhoods, main streets, downtowns, specific projects in their communities. You are all here from all your different perspectives, and you put some resources, money into this, which nobody has a lot of. So thank you for helping us make this happen. I don't think CUI has never done this to my knowledge before. I've certainly not done it in my brief tenure in this role. So I'm going to invite the first panel up. You guys are going to set the stage. You're going to set the standard for running on time, because I'm bringing you up 8 minutes early. So would you welcome, please, our first panel moderated by Dr. Janice Stein. Come on up.